Hello and welcome back to Code with API. I just wanted to take you through a project that I've been working on the last 2 weeks. It was for a hackathon called appwrite sites, and I decided to make a MVP for something called Figstro, which is taking Figma and converting it to Astro components. So how it works is you paste your URL, you preview your file, and then you get generated clean code to kind of learn how to structure a website. This is why I decided to make it. It's also for people who don't know how to, who are new to Figma, to Astro, and who want who want to learn about how components work. So I've just noticed a issue here, but we'll go into the code anyway in a moment, and we will fix this. The footer is above the CTA, which is weird. And so this is it. Obviously, with the demo, I decided to just keep it with one file, and you can't paste anything, but it just shows how it will work. So it would call the Figma API, and you'd be able to preview the component here. So it's got a hero, it's got cards, it's got all of this, a gallery, etc. And at the bottom here, we see it's got 85 frames, and we generated 7 components and 7 component types. Okay, so we've got card, hero, about us, testimonial, call to action, blog, footer. And this creates like what the index file would be if you were to do a website similar to this. And also we would do, here are the actual components. So we've got card.astro, hero.astro, about, testimonial, CTA, It gives you 60 seconds to actually copy all this component code before it gets you to, before you can, it gets refreshed, which is the idea of, with the credit system. If you refresh now, it resets the credits. So that's, and when you click reset credits, you get back to 5 credits. But eventually that would be like you would pay, and then you'll be able to use the thing again. So I used Clerk for the log in and log out. I found that was easiest and quickest to do in a short amount of time. But the credit system is using appwrite database, which I felt was, important for this hackathon. And now we can take a look at the code, and I can actually fix this issue here. We have the footer. So if we go into our code, we've got a few files here. So we've got the index file, login, which basically is taking a Clerk component. So if we take a look at that, we look at login. Well, it won't do it because I know we sign out. Okay, here's what login looks like. It's just the Clerk component. And if I signed in, etc. And then we've got the profile, which also is from Clerk, and the register, which is also from Clerk. So the sign up component, and the profile is the user profile component, and the login. So the actual meat and potatoes is the demo Astro file, and I'm using the credit system here. got a library called appwrite.ts, and it's basically bringing in all the information from appwrite and giving me the resolving the user ID, making sure there's one, getting the user info, looking at the table, making sure there's a user with that ID, asking if the user is in the database, if not, creating a user, and giving them default credits. The default credits is coming from a const file where I have my nav links, my logged in links, the logo, location, the steps about how it works, and here's the default credits is 5. I have the layout file here, which is probably why. Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, maybe the call to action is. Call to action is outside the section here. So that's what the problem is here. So now if we take a look at the home, yeah, that's better. Okay, and then we have, so we have the appwrite file, we have the const file, and I also, for the demo, I have a JSON file, which was created from real data, which is what you get back using the Figma API. And I am using this one here to extract the texts, to generate the Astro Code. It's basically an API route. It takes in a JSON file and it outputs the components. And I have a convert as well, which we don't use in the demo because we don't need it. But the generate is what does most of the work. The convert basically was for taking the actual URL and changing it into what's needed, getting everything. So the generate is what I use to generate the components, and I've got a reset API route as well that just calls the reset credits function every time you click the reset button. Eventually that would be something like you would be able to go to Stripe and get a payment, and then it would reset the credits. But I decided to skip that for this demo, but that's essentially how it would work. Finally, I want to show you the actual component. We're using Vue. You can use API routes and things like that, but I found with appwrite sites I was getting issues, so I decided to put everything in a Vue component and call everything locally, and just mimic what was working. I was getting too many errors, but basically, yeah, so the Vue component takes in the file, would take in the URL. I've disabled it because it's only one URL you can use, but eventually you'll be able to paste in your own URL, and it will come back with an iframe with all the actual file that you can interact with, how many frames it skipped, how many frames it generated, how many component terms it found, and then a whole file showing what it would look like as a home page, and everything you see in the on the actual page. So if we get free account, this is the register file and log in. But yeah, that's essentially how it works, and that's what I made using a mixture of ChatGPT and Claude Code, and also a bit of my own, what's the word, manual coding, if that still exists. And yeah, that's basically the whole, and you can look at the source code, so public, ready available, which was the requirement for appwrite sites. Change this to Fig. Extra site description. Excellent. Okay. So I'm using Railway. So all of that. The meat and potatoes is in the generate API and the Figma Vue file, and that actual demo component is basically just calling the, where is it? That's the reset button. Yeah, this is basically what's calling everything. The user ID is getting from Clerk. I've got middleware here, which basically says that I had this file before. Profile and demo is gonna get rid of that. Are protected routes, and when if someone tries to go, it'll go to sign in, or log in, or register. So yeah, that's basically all of that. And like I said, if we look at the Astro, we've got Node, Clerk, and Vue, and obviously Tailwind CSS. So that was made on and off in 2 weeks, and that's basically my project. So I don't think I'll win the hackathon, but it was fun to actually learn how to use the Figma API, and yeah, that's basically it. So I'm just going to make these changes. So this is updated the footer, no, the CTA and middleware. No, did I update the middleware? Yeah. Okay. So the link will be in the description as to the source code for all of this, and you can try it out for yourself. So let me know what you think, and I'll be making more videos soon, so please like and subscribe for more.